Hey, this is Holy Ghost Kennels again. I just want to say hey to you. Listen, I will come to you real quick with just a quick tip that I've learned. It may not help everybody. It may not be for everybody. Uh, just something somebody told me. It does work. I mean, it ain't something that you have to do all the time, maybe, or something like that. But when you have a dog jumping on a tree, I want you to say hi to Pete. Look here, Pete. Pete. Look here, Pete. You're on camera. Look here, buddy. That's my walker dog. Hey, he's wanting to jump up on me now. Yeah. I love you too, buddy. But anyway, that's my plot over there barking. But anyway, I want to give you a quick tip real quick on a dog jumping on a tree. People's got different ideas and different thoughts on how to do it. Listen, I got a good thought and a good idea that a man gave me on how to do it. And it's using a wire brush. You're going to say, man, how in the world is a wire brush going to help me keep my dog from jumping on a tree? You got to understand, when a dog's jumping on a tree, he is not going to jump. Well, I wouldn't figure where a bunch of brush would be on some limbs. They're just going to sit there because they get poked in the face or something like that. And the object behind this, or the theory behind the wire brush, is when that dog's jumping on a tree, just pack a wire brush in there too. If you got a young pup jumping on a tree, by no means you want a dog jumping on a tree. Every now and then Pete still does it. I ain't saying this cures from all curing, but every now and then whenever he jumps on a tree, you take a wire brush in there with you, and this ain't something that you just hammer down doing. You got to work with your dog at it. You take that wire brush and you standing there at that tree and you're parading him on that tree. Whenever he goes jump on that tree, just have your arm leaned up against that tree and just tap his nose. Tap his nose with the bristles of this wire brush. Like I said, don't do it hard or nothing like that. But what he's doing is he'll think that whenever he's jumping on that tree that he's going up hit his nose on something, and that'll get him to stay down. Another quick tip on how to do it, you just do it gentle. You ain't got to rear back and hit your dog, you know what I mean, try to knock his nose clean off with a wire brush. A regular hair brush wouldn't be stiff enough. You need something that's going to be that let him know that whenever he's jumping on that tree, he don't need to be doing that. A dog needs to be either sitting down or standing or belly up. Now, belly up, or that means putting its legs on there. I prefer a dog sitting down myself. A lot of people likes a belly up dog. I've got a belly up dog, and I've got a dog that sits down. I prefer a dog sitting down. The reason why, it'll sit there and stay longer. It'll wear itself out trying to stand on its back legs and trying to bark all night long. Or however long it takes you to get to your dog. Sometimes people don't get to their dogs till the next morning. But if you use this wire brush and you go in there and you'll tap him on the nose, or tap your jip on the nose, it'll keep it jumping on a tree. Another thing that I did to keep a dog from jumping on a tree is get you a chain about 8 foot long. Just a regular cheap chain. Don't have to be a high dollar, just a cheap chain. And put a ring on one end of it. And on the other end of it, put your regular dog snap. Whenever you get to the tree, take that about waist high. Take it about waist high, put it all the way around that tree, and use them links to tighten that snap up on that tree. That way that chain stays in one spot on that tree. Then take and tie your dog to that on a short leash, and if you want to try to make him a belly up dog, then you just keep him right there and you just parade him. And what that does is that chain won't allow him to jump up, and the chain won't allow him to go down because he's fixed in a certain location how you want your dog. So that's 2 quick tips on how to keep a dog from jumping on a tree. You could use a wire brush. I know it's hard to always remember to take a wire brush when you go out in the woods. Just keep one in your dog box, all I gotta say. It's like I said, it's a good tool. Keeping a small chain, because look here, if you get one dog doing it, they're all gonna do it. That may not be necessarily true, but more than likely one dog will follow another dog doing what it's doing. Because, and I'll tell you how I got my dog jumping on a tree, and by no means did I want him jumping on a tree. And that's a caged coon on a pulley system, to where I let the coon down on the ground. Look here, if you do this, don't do it. It's a bad idea to put a coon in a cage and hoist it up in the air and get your dogs to barking at it, and then drop the coon back down on the ground, and then pull the coon away from them back up in the ground. Because what you're doing is you're allowing that coon to come up and down, and that dog thinks that he's wanting you, or that you're wanting that dog to jump up and grab it. I've done made the mistake of doing that. I don't want to see you make a mistake doing that. Either put the coon in a tree and get your dog, hey Pete, get your dogs parading on the tree that way, or let them fight with it on the ground. That's okay. They need good eye-to-eye contact with the coon. But like I said, 2 quick tips. Use a wire brush in there. Just tap him on the nose. I mean, I could tap Pete right here on the nose right now, and he probably wouldn't. He's right here. He's right here on top. I mean, he looks me to love on him. But you just tap him on the nose, and he'll back up. I promise you. Just tap him. He won't get mad at you. But you're just letting that dog know, hey, they something up that tree to keep me. I don't want to jump because I'm going to get hit in the face. Another thing is, put the chain around the tree. Tie your dog short. Whether you want him to, if you want your dog to sit down, then you put the chain around the tree about mid-waist and a short length, because whenever he goes to stand up, then it's pulling his neck back down. And I always keep them facing up the tree. This may not be a good tip. It may not be the best tip in the world. I may be wrong about the whole thing. I'm just telling you what things has worked out for me, and some things that I've done to keep my dogs from jumping on a tree, and to train them to sit down on a tree or belly up. I mean, just however and whatever you want to do with your dogs. But anyway, it's a quick tip. Holy Ghost Kennels is over and out. Listen, I want you to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Send it over to your buddies. May be helpful to them. But if you don't send it over to them, at least tell them about it. Maybe it's something that they're fighting with, is keep a dog from jumping on a tree. Like I said, my dog one night was out treeing, and when I got to him, he jumped up in the air and was jumping on that tree, and there was a little limb come right off of a beech tree, and my dog's paw come back down and got hung in behind it, and I thought he broke his leg. Right then, I knowed I need to come up with some kind of remedy to keep my dog from jumping on a tree. Wire brush. Wire brush or a chain, because that dog will get used to sitting there. Just like tying one back of the tree to keep it stay there, boys. Listen, if you like the video, like I said, like and subscribe. I'm not much on videos. I'm just getting started. I don't know what I'm doing. But anyway, with y'all's help, we can get Pete Tank promoted, get them out there, get some good funny videos going. I'm going to get me a better camera and some stuff like that to get it going. So, listen, y'all have a blessed day, and I hope this was an encouragement. I hope this was something that you might have been fighting with that you needed to hear. Holy Ghost Kennels is out. Later, y'all have a good day. Thanks for watching.